You are listening to the We Hired a Sitter for This podcast.
We hired a sitter for this.
We have a roster of like 7 sitters.
I hate authority, but I'm a mom.
I'm an old man. I need orthopedic shoes.
The laughs, the chuckles, the TMI.
Some people might say, why would you have kids? The oceans are rising. The economy's collapsing.
And they're not wrong. I'm Ross.
And I'm Patrick.
And we hired a sitter.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to We Hired a Sitter for This. I'm Patrick.
What's good? My name is Gastor.
And this podcast used to be called Who Cares About Ross and Patrick, but Ross is so busy. We're doing a podcast without her, but she really wants to come back, by the way.
Yeah.
She sees the moves we're making, and she's like, am I allowed back on my own podcast?
Ross is always allowed here.
Are you cool with it if she does an episode sometime?
It's not even allowed. Ross is in charge of this podcast. What are we talking
true.
about?
That is true. She did give us a list of topics to hit today.
So she sends notes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is good because I'm exhausted. I mean, I hate a podcast that starts with somebody saying, oh, I'm so tired, because then when I'm listening, I'm like, I'm going to fall asleep if this person mentions again how tired they are. And then the yawning on the mics. I called Ross out on that, by the way. She yawns on the mics all the time. I mean, moms need a little bit of wiggle room. I get that. But I'm not that tired. But I am. I'm not sleeping great because we got a toddler in bed with us every night for the last 2 months, which is new for us.
Welcome.
Oh my God.
It's a part of the journey.
Yeah. How long were your kids sharing? Did you bed share for a long time?
We didn't bed share long at all. Gabby's not about that. She likes to stretch.
I'm
not even sure she wants me in the bed.
You got a king bed?
We got a queen.
Oh, man, you got to go king.
You got king in New York?
Yeah, we got a king bed.
Look at you, man.
It's in the living room, though, so it takes up the whole living room.
I was going to say, I was like, yo, where are you living in luxury like this in Brooklyn?
Not. You got to come over. Actually, you should come over and experience these 750 square feet we have to offer.
Yo, stop bragging.
Yeah, we're in a one-bedroom. I've been doing a bit about this. We used to be in the bedroom, and then Franny, we had the king bed and the crib in the bedroom. And then Franny, we wanted privacy, so we just realized it was when we sleep trained her. We're like, all right, we will move to the living room, so we put the king bedroom, the king bed in the living room, like a studio apartment situation out there.
Okay.
Franny's got the whole bedroom to herself because she's the princess or the queen, or she's in charge. And yeah, we sleep trained her. We got a sleep coach. We did remote.
You got a coach?
Yeah, we did remote sleep coaching. we were WhatsApping this lady every night and sending her logs of
man.
We brought in professionals.
Hey man, yo, 3 ways are different, man.
Yeah,
I like it.
What do you mean one kid? What's a 3-way?
That's another way to involve a third adult in your bedroom.
Oh, that's
activities.
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
I love that.
Yeah, we outsourced some of the parenting, which I mean, this is an interesting topic for fathers. I remember when, first of all, I had experience with some childbirth from my first career as a filmmaker, documentary producer. I filmed like 3 births over the years, so I attended like all these pre-birth classes, and I learned a lot about it in my 20s, and I was in the room for these 3 childbirths, and it was really intense. And like so when Ross got pregnant, I kind of was in this position to mansplain pregnancy to her, which of course did not go well. So we got the books. We got all the books and the textbooks, and this is what you do. This is what's going to happen. And then we took a Zoom pregnancy birth class over Zoom. This is all during the pandemic. So I always had the mentality of like, well, we paid for this class. We've got these books. We don't need a coach. We don't need to bring in we don't need staff to figure this stuff out. But the sleep stuff was so challenging. And then there was people before that. There was a lactation consultant for breastfeeding, because the breastfeeding wasn't happening immediately. So we hired a professional for that. The dog, actually before Franny, we got a dog trainer, and I remember thinking, well, just YouTube videos about how to train your dog. What I'm getting at is I never wanted to spend this money. I never wanted to have these kinds of 3-ways that you're talking about. I didn't want to bring in outsiders, but Ross always was right. Every time we brought in a professional, we had the best dog. Because it was like, okay, yeah, take my money, tell us what to do, give us the shortcuts. the lactation consultant, take our money. Okay, wow, our kid is eating. Sleep coach, holy shit, like we have a child who is programmed to nap 3 times a day, sleep through the night. And it was like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but it was worth every cent to, keep this sleep log. It was monitoring how she's sleeping, what she's eating, all this different stuff. And this lady was like a magician. She would just be like, well, if you fed her at this time, you should actually feed her at this time. And counterintuitively, don't try to keep her up late to make her tired. Actually put her into bed earlier. Like, it was just all these like counterintuitive things that a sleep expert taught us.
Yo, respect. Shouts to the sleep experts, yo.
Sleep coach, oh man, I forget her name. She spams my emails to this day. I'm on her mailing list today.
It's not a repeat business.
I know, yeah. We're one and done.
The baby doesn't backpedal when they get older.
Do you feel guilty when you unsubscribe from somebody's email list?
Not at all. I feel completely fine.
Yeah.
I don't feel guilty about a lot of things. I feel like
you're very zen.
Yeah, because like I in my heart, I'm genuinely not doing it out of malice. I think that's the thing. Like, I don't feel malice either.
Right.
But like, I don't feel guilt if I'm doing something that is right for me. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, like that's just weird. Like even with us, like you needed to move the recording time back, and you were like, yo, feel free to push back. I'm like, I'm completely comfortable telling you,
okay,
I can't do something if I can't. So like, you didn't even need to preface it. That's just like who I am. Like, yeah, we good.
Yeah.
And in turn, if I can, I'm 100% gonna do it because you're my peoples. Like it's just a given. Like, to me, I feel I'm really good about like living life on like a 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're not overthinking things.
Yeah, it's just, this is where we at. We cool. You need this? Yeah, no problem, homie. Let's do that.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm completely fine unsubscribing because that means that like we've had our email relationship.
Yeah.
You know? What we needed to do together, we did. I appreciate you. I'm not dissing you. I'm not sending unsubscribing like going on like Yelp and shit on you.
Yeah.
You're cool. I'll tell other people to subscribe to you if they need to.
And we actually got her several more clients.
Yeah.
Like, because she really saved us.
What more does she need?
So,
but you don't have any more infants in your house, so you can't stay on that list as well.
Yeah. Although maybe I need a sleep coach now because
Does she deal with adults too?
I think she will do. I think she will give recommendations. I don't know if I don't know if it would be the same process, but yeah. I mean, first of all, I keep saying sleep coach. We never met this person. She was in Mexico City. Like, we were WhatsApping and emailing this person. But I love the idea of a coach with like a whistle and an NFL coach with all those papers. What are on those papers? Those laminates. Are you a football fan?
I am.
What are they looking at on there?
They're usually looking at the plays.
Are they doing crosswords? Is it to shield their eyes from the sun? But yeah, she's got the playbook. She's blowing the whistle. I'm like, lady, if you blow the whistle, you're gonna wake the baby up.
I love this, yo. Real talk. Every time I hear about something like this, I have a little, like, I know I'm empathetic to my friends that struggle, and to people that struggle economically. But man, there's some made up jobs out there, yo.
Yeah.
Real talk, be like, this lady said, yo, I love sleeping. I love sleeping so much. I'm gonna make it my job.
What they say is
I'm gonna make my clients the only people that can't talk back, and they can't even complain if I'm doing a good job or not.
If you do what you love, you never have to work a day in your life.
That's fucking brilliant, yo. Her whole client base is people that can't even remember if it went well. Years later, they're like, yo, I think she did cool. I'm still here.
Yeah.
I've been sleeping ever since, of course.
Yeah.
Whether or not, at some point, the baby falls asleep, she would be like, just like I planned.
Yeah.
It's such a bullshit hustle.
I have a worse one for you. This is a worse made up job. And this came as a gift. This was a gift to us. Somebody gifted us a session when we got our dog. This is before the baby. We got a dog, and someone gifted us a session with a dog psychic. And this was also done remotely. So this woman said, hey, so-and-so gave you this gift for an hour of my time. And the way this works is you call me on the phone. Your animal should be close to you. Call me on the phone. Oh, send me pictures of your animal.
Okay.
Send me pictures of their living space. call me on the phone, have the animal close to you, and we'll talk for a few minutes, and then we'll hang up, and then I will connect with your animal in the mesosphere or whatever.
Okay.
She will she's sort of a psychic medium, so she will connect with the animal outside of this reality, and she will visit with the animal.
Okay.
And then we'll call back on the phone, and she will tell us what the animal told her. and I recorded it. I gotta get this. I gotta listen to that to remember how it was. But she was like, "Yeah, so I met Peggy, and she loves you guys very much. She is aware that there's a child on the way.
Okay.
And she's a little nervous about what that's going to be like when there's another being in your home.
Okay.
And she also told me that she likes the amount of food that you give her, but she doesn't like where she gets it. So she would like for you to feed her in another area of your home, somewhere with a little bit more room, because we were like feeding her like in this little entryway area. I mean, it was like full on con artist. Like, I mean, part of me was like, yeah, I kind of like the idea that like maybe, you know, there's a psychic connection between living things or whatever. But she got, I think it was like a $75 an hour gift,
yo.
right? Like, that's not bad.
I love that, yo. Yo, you're not unemployable. You just don't have enough imagination. Okay.
Her LinkedIn, it's like top skills, hustling white people in Brooklyn for 10 years.
Yo.
Yeah, it was
That's
hilarious.
freaking dope. I would like, because there are animals I definitely want people to talk to. Like, if she could do that, I would have her focus on horses.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
they're
I want to
very-
know. I want to know like the history of like a Triple Crown winner or some shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
what's your biography? What was your motivation in that race?
Like if your dad won, what did you think like as a legacy kid? You know,
Right.
what kind of pressure is that like growing up as a junior equestrian or something, you know?
you know, there's some young mares with some hang-ups. They're like, I didn't even want to be in this business.
No,
I
they
just
forced
wanted-
me.
I just want to be out in the fields with my friends.
You know what I mean?
And you
I'm
can't,
an artist at heart. You know what I mean?
You can't put me in a lane, but they put me in one single lane.
Don't hold me, okay? I can't be constrained.
Do you have a connection with animals and wildlife?
I don't know. I'm not big on nature in general.
No pets at home.
No, my kids want pets. I'm not
Did they-
anti-pet,
did they
but I'm
do,
not
like-
pro-pet.
Did they do guinea pigs or snakes or anything like that?
We've had dogs twice for a week.
Oh
the
my
first
gosh.
time, they were way too young. Second
Yeah.
time, they were too young for the dog I wanted.
Uh-huh.
I was like, all right, if we're going to get a dog, I'm going to get a pit bull. And they were
Of
like
course, yeah.
real little, and the dog scared the hell out of them.
Yeah.
They've had fishes. That's been the most prone to make it. Like Aiden killed the fish the first time.
How did that go over?
Everyone was sad. But he thought that like he saw the food the fish get,
Yeah.
and he saw it was like little like flaky things. So he thought you had to make flaky things.
Right.
So he just put a bunch of paper
oh,
and
yeah.
they choked up. You know what I mean? It
yeah.
happens, B.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Goldies. But his
mean,
new
that
goldfish,
happens-
they go pretty well.
It happens in the ocean too. They bring the fish out and they cut them open. There's all the plastic from the water bottles and all the stuff we throw out there.
It's a pollution lesson. Real
So-
talk.
Yeah. So did you turn that into a teachable moment
Hell yeah.
about grief and pollution?
I did pollution. I didn't do the grief thing. I was like, yo, this is what happens, yo, when you don't recycle.
I love the idea. So that back to the playbook. You're like, I'm the coach. I got to look at this playbook. Are we doing grief today or are we doing
Yo,
pollution?
Every time something goes wrong, I leverage it. Like, yo, listen, this is a teachable opportunity. Because I feel like that's the only way you learn is through emotion.
Right.
So, like, I don't like hitting kids.
Yeah.
So, but I acknowledge that every time my parents hit me, I remember that.
Yes.
I remember
Yeah.
exactly why not to do that. So,
Yeah.
how do I do the emotional part of that without abusing my
How
kid?
do I give them an emotional smack in the ass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when life supplies it, I leverage that. So
Yeah.
like, yo, you sad your goldfish died? Yo, you know what? This is why I tell you to put the bottles over here.
Yeah.
You know, and now we good. And now he recycles like crazy, you know?
Because
He's
he doesn't
great.
want more dead fish.
He doesn't want more dead fish. You know what
I
mean?
like that because you can say that to him the rest of his life. Like, hey, buddy, you going to clean that up or do you want dead fish on your
Straight up,
hands? You want,
forever. He knows.
you want
you
dead
know?
mammals on your hands?
But yeah, nah. You guys do pets at your crib?
Yeah, so we got the one dog, and yeah, it's great. We love her, but we do occasionally go down that dark road of thought of like, man, so she was about 3 when Franny was born. Let's say we get another solid 10 years out of her. That's going to be a devastation, and the grief will be real for all of us. And yeah, I kind of can't imagine how that's going to go. What a bummer to say on the podcast. But hey, that's what we're doing.
Hell yeah. That's part, like, I thought a lot about this. Like, I don't have that. Like, my sister had a dog. It stayed at our house for like a year. I don't even count that as one of our dogs.
Yeah.
So my dad was anti-dog.
Oh,
my
interesting.
sister wanted a dog badly, and when she was like 18, still living with my parents, she bought a dog and just brought it home.
Yeah, that's a tough move.
Yeah, and mom got on board, but dad was like, "Yo, that dog come here, you leaving?" Right?
Yeah.
So, you
must
dropped
have
it off at my crib,
Oh yeah, okay.
and it stayed in my house for a year.
You had a trickle down dog.
Yeah, like my dad would has to come over because we do shit together, and he slowly got cool with the dog till we moved the dog over. You know what I mean? But like even that dog like eventually passed away. I was still fine. Like
Yeah.
my kids got sad, my wife got sad, and it wasn't even living with us anymore. Like it was
Yeah.
living elsewhere. But they'd formed a bond with this dog. I was like, yeah, that sucks, but like just get a new dog.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think it's good for the dad to be a little bit emotionally detached with any big event like that, because somebody's got to kind of hold it together.
Yeah,
you know?
like I got to take like me and my dad were the ones that took the dog away. Like when the dog passed, they found him.
Yeah.
You know, so like my sister ain't want to do that, my mom ain't want to do that. So like dad was like, yo, Chip passed away. So I was like,
Chippy.
I was like, yeah, that
that's
sucks.
Such
homie.
a good dog name.
It was a great name. Chip was cool. You know what I mean? So,
What was Chip?
what's a Yorkie?
Oh,
the
yeah,
little
yeah.
hairy
Yeah.
joints.
Yeah.
Like there's like 90 dogs that look just like him to me
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a little pint. Like he was super small at first. Like I would constantly like fling him across the house by accident because he would like fall asleep on top of my sneaker while I was sitting down,
Yeah.
and then I would get up and I would like, oh shit,
Like a cartoon.
straight up, because I didn't. He weighed like 5 ounces, so like that was like a discernible amount of weight for my shoe.
Do we know that's not how he passed away?
Yeah, we do, because like it was it was well after I had after he had left our home, but like, and he learned eventually like, all right, this is clearly not a safe space.
Yeah.
He would like sit next to me instead of all my kids.
Yeah.
But
That- I gotta say, thinking about the dog, this is another argument for a king bed. Because on Sunday we all napped because everyone's sleep is all messed up, and we try to get Franny to take a nap every day. We went to a play place, and then we were real tired, so we came home, and all 4 of us were in the bed at the same time, and it was kind of a beautiful family, dog, kid, parents, all in one disgusting nest of rest. So that's if you got the square
king.
footage to go from the queen to the king, I say go for it. Get another dog. Don't kick it too much. And
see, that's an argument to me against king bed. I don't want anyone else in my bed.
yeah,
I don't want the room to make them think it's justifiable.
right.
You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
my kids came over with like nightmares, I'm like, yo, that's life.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Go back to your room, my G. Like I paid for that shit for you to be over there. You know what I mean? And then you want dogs too? Nah, B.
They
Not at
come.
all.
Let me ask you this: they come to you with a nightmare. Do you want to hear the details?
Not at that time.
Yeah.
Nah. When they come over, I want to know like just enough to tell them that's not real,
Yeah.
and then go back to bed. The
Yeah.
next day, I do ask.
Yeah.
But like in the moment, like yo, I'm sleeping, homie. Like why are we doing this?
Have you ever felt guilty about something you exposed them to that could have caused a nightmare? Like we got into this bad habit with Frances where we show her some pretty graphic like YouTube cartoons with she's obsessed with zombies and skeletons. We're not showing her Friday the 13th or anything. Like we showed her the Thriller video.
Okay.
Like that's a little much for a 3.5-year-old.
Hell yeah.
And I think she is sometimes waking up scared of imagery. Have you ever? Do you think you've caused any nightmares with any movies you've exposed them to too young or anything like that?
I know I did with my daughter. But it wasn't a movie that I think was. It was what was it's orange character. It was one of the why am I forgetting?
Oh, the Lorax.
Yes.
How did I know that? You said orange character, and I knew it.
Yo, I took her to see the Lorax in theater.
Yeah.
And in retrospect, I could see why I was scared. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
because he's like a recluse. Do you say it? He's a reclusive person.
yeah,
Being.
he lives outside. Of the city.
And he was like ostracized, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a sad. I get that it was sad, you know.
Yeah.
But on top of that, like this is back when I was still working. So like I had a split week, so I had Wednesdays off.
Yeah.
So I took her to see the movie at like 2 PM by ourselves.
Yeah.
Like we went to the theater, it was just us two. I don't even know why they were running it. It can't be profitable.
Did you go to Regal Atlas Park?
Now, is that I went to the one on Atlantic.
Okay,
in East New York.
Yeah.
Is that Regal? I think Regal's the one in Cooper, in Queens. Anyway, I went to the movie theater. It's just like 300 people. It's just me and her. So like when they do like thunder and lightning, it sound real because there's no like other kids going, ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just us two. So like she felt, and this was on top of that, her first like movie
Yes.
in a theater. So she just started crying. And I asked her, I was like, yo, you want to go? She's like, I want to go.
Yeah.
And this was like literally like 10 minutes into the movie.
And you're like, but this is $48 for us to be here right now.
But I got home and like I was like emo like as hell because like Gabby was like, what's wrong? She started crying and like I feel like I caused it and like this was our only like moment for like probably the quarter of that year
like
that me and her
bonding.
were gonna bond solo. You know what I mean? So it's like shit. Like I got like I gave her a core memory of horror with her dad. You know what I mean? Like
when I hang out with my dad, he brings me to dark rooms in other neighborhoods and shows me scary things. Oh, man.
And she loves the movie, and I can't watch it. I'm the only one in the house that cries when it plays.
Yeah,
I got this memory of making my daughter scared, and she doesn't even remember it at all. She just loves the movie now as a freaking teenager.
You have post-traumatic Seuss syndrome.
Straight up, yo.
That is Dr. Seuss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought Franny to a couple movies, and it's tough with her because she just wants to hang out and meet people and party. And so her first movie ever was a Super Mario Brothers movie.
Okay.
About 10 months ago, I guess we went. And she watched 7 minutes of the opening and then was like, I want to go check out the lobby again. So she runs out to the lobby. I'm chasing her around the whole place. I let go of the idea that she's going to sit and watch the whole movie. And then we went back in and she did watch a lot of it, but she like wandered and like was up and down the aisles. I was like, I don't even care if other parents hate me right now. At least we're all in here.
Yeah.
I know where she is, you know? And then it's a great movie. I don't know if you've watched it. It's legitimately funny. It's a fun movie. And then the big finish is about to happen. The ending is coming. And then she's like, I'm out. And she walked out. And I still don't know how that movie ends. And then we saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new one, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
You got to go see it.
That I saw.
Yeah, for the music is amazing. She didn't watch barely any of it. And it's like, it is actually pretty intense. There's a lot of like warfare in there.
I love that movie. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that
it was
was a real bonding moment for me and the kids because like they like Ninja Turtles. My son really enjoys them, and obviously I grew up that era. I love them dudes. You know what I mean? So like this was like a real modern take on it that was also solid.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it was a cool moment to like connect on a thing at the same time that we all genuinely enjoy. We all got the comic books, like the Last Ronin series. We all have our own copies of the books, except for my wife, my daughter, my son, myself.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's dope.
It's interesting how pop culture can be such a point of bonding with parents and kids. We have probably our closest friends with children from school and from the park. They're all into Star Wars, and this kid is obsessed with Star Wars because the dad is obsessed with it, and like I'm just like, this guy's raising his son to be a virgin his whole life. But no, it's like really nice. It's nice that they have this thing that they're excited about. And
Yeah.
that's I think Ninja Turtles is definitely the cooler option.
Yeah, in my house, everyone but me likes Star Wars. I'm not anti, I just don't watch it.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of the bond that they like. It became kind of like a running joke where like they say Star Wars in code when
Uh-huh.
I'm in the room.
Yeah.
So they'll be like my son's terrible with code words. And
Uh-huh.
so it'll be like we're watching Blob Blurs and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's kind of the running thing in the house that like when there's a Star Wars convo, they change the words very like not well.
I mean, it sounds like you're getting bullied by your own kids. They're like, let's make this guy feel like an idiot and not include him in this cool thing we're into.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it, man. Props, yo. I like raising the bully. It's cool.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love horror movies. I love like weird, dark stuff. So like when she started gravitating toward skeletons and like there's some early Mickey Mouse animations that are really cool with like skeletons and haunted houses and stuff. Like we'll watch that stuff, and I'm just like, should I be reining this in, or is it like Lady Gaga has a song called Bloody Mary. It's pretty, it's like very gothy sounding. The lyrics are, I think I don't know if they're pro Jesus or anti Jesus, but she's referencing Jesus and Mary on the cross and all this stuff. We get a video from daycare yesterday. They have a mini talent show in the daycare.
Okay.
And she just went up with a mic and sang that song. And these are all Dominican women, very traditional, I assume Catholic women. And I'm just like, I hope they don't know what she's singing right now, because this is our fault.
It's beautiful. Oh yeah, everybody getting some of the culture.
Yeah. I'm on a cultural journey with my daughter that I'm surprised how much I'm enjoying. I took her to her second dance class Saturday morning.
Oh,
Did your daughter ever do dance in a formal setting?
one lesson didn't work.
Yeah.
I was so happy she quit that shit.
Why is that?
That is wild expensive.
Oh yeah.
It was like $100-something a month.
Yeah.
And like all the responsibility is me. I got to get her dressed. I got to drive her over there. I shoot my Saturday in the foot.
Yeah.
It is surprisingly more time consuming than a sports game.
Interesting.
And then
What age was she at?
she was like 5.
Okay.
Then if we're honest, it's cute, but they're like trash. They can't do anything well. It is so not entertaining. It is horrendously boring to watch.
Not good rhythm.
Not
Yeah.
good rhythm at all. They
have no body control.
Yo, and like the school knows they suck.
Yeah.
Because like they tell you like
Did you
hey,
go
like
and-
we're gonna end around this time. Like they want you to leave because they know like if
Yeah.
you watch this, you know you're getting robbed. Like no way you should sit through this and keep paying for the service.
That's hilarious.
You know
That is hilarious.
And then you got to spend $40 at the end of the year to go to this big
recital. They're doing tickets.
They do a ticketed event at this. They rent out like a high school. You know, they do it in a Beach Channel. So they rent out this high school.
Where did you do yours? Was this over in East New York?
No, we did it in Queens. I think it was like Richmond Hill or something, or Ozone.
Was it Ridgewood?
Nah.
Okay.
It was in like Ozone
south,
or something like that.
okay.
Yeah. And then the recital is worse because like you watch all these kids suck and you only care about one of them. But I got to watch like 30 groups of kids be trash and dancing. Like it's not cute when it's not your kid. Now you're just watching terrible performances. And the only saving grace is like 1 out of every like 6 classes, there's like the teenage group that's been dancing for 15 years.
Yeah.
And there's usually one really talented kid.
Yeah, you see like a LeBron or something.
Yeah, you're like, okay, like,
okay.
I could see what could happen if he was special
Yeah.
and worked hard.
Right.
And you still see 4 very regular ass kids, by the way. Like 4 kids are like, nah, you are an accountant. Like you should not be doing that shit at all. This is not your future. You're gonna tell people you danced, and they're gonna be impressed in the future, not knowing how bad it was just because you did it for a decade.
This
but
is
you're
hilarious.
still bad.
This is great.
And there's one talented kid in that whole school. And like a year later, he becomes a part owner of the school. He becomes a teacher.
Right.
And the ecosystem starts again.
Yeah, and there are, I mean, as you're talking, there's so many parallels to comedy. Also, it's like when you're at open mics, you're just sitting there thinking like, no, you're an accountant.
Yo, real talk. Like I knew, like, you, yourself, myself, I mentioned my boy Freddie and Lauren. We all kind of like started at around the beginning of QED. Like
right,
within a year of that place opening, we all were starting comedy in some way.
Yeah.
And we might have started elsewhere, but that's kind of I associate all of y'all like we met there doing the shows. And I felt like I knew the second I met y'all, like, yeah, I'm gonna see y'all in a decade, and I also knew who I'm never remembering your name.
Right.
Like you will not be here in a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. Like you could tell right away. Some people ain't meant for that. You might be special. It's just not at this.
Yeah,
and that's
I mean,
okay.
Hey, maybe they're running a dance studio now.
Real talk, yo. You know what I mean? You crushed it on your toes.
Yeah. So we've done 2 drop-in classes, and the way it works is if she likes it and she wants to go back, then you sign up for the monthly thing. And the drop-ins were $20 each time, which to me is worth it because like anything I can do to get out of the house, because like our house starts to feel real small when like she doesn't want to go outside and play or doesn't want to go somewhere. It's just good to have a direction to go in the morning. Yeah. So it's been good for that reason. But yeah, I think the monthly, maybe it might be only like 85 or 100 a month, and then you can, I think she can do as many classes as she wants. So it's like if we get her out every Saturday, maybe it's worth it. But yeah, I'm curious if we will have this same experience. Ross's hang up is that she is a former dancer, and she's like, I want Franny to have fun, but I don't want her to like end up, feeling shitty about herself because she doesn't measure up or like hurting her body or, there's all these like, apparently it's hard to be a dancer or whatever for women. I mean, whatever. Maybe Ross can talk about that when she comes back to the podcast.
I'm not mad at that. That's the part I would like.
Yeah.
I feel like you should find a thing that you like and know what it's like to suck at it.
And also let it almost kill you.
Yeah, I think that's important. It's something that you love should break you. And you decide if that's worth pursuing or not, because at some point something you like is going to require you dealing with almost being broken.
Yeah. It's put yourself through the crucible to see what you're made of and see if you have. That's interesting. So
that's the part I love about these things.
Yeah,
I'm looking for that for each of my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I found it when my daughter's like super artsy. She like enjoys creating, and I could hold her to like she'll show me a painting, and it's so I don't gotta be like, yo, that's beautiful. I could be like, yo, this is whack. It's below your standard. You know what I mean? Because I've seen her do fire shit.
You're like,
so I don't got to be like, yo, this ain't dad mode no more. This is a fellow artist who works 10, 11, 12 hours at my shit. Why ain't you work 10, 11, 12 hours at your shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine how shitty your meals would be if I took my joke writing the way you took this painting today. I can say that now because she knows what it's like to work for something dope. I can't do that with my son yet. You know what I mean? We haven't found that thing.
He's a little soft still.
Yeah, he still hasn't found a thing that he's willing to like go that hard for. But like my daughter now has experienced that, and now I could give her real feedback. And she like, and she doesn't like it, but she gets it. And in turn, when I say like, that's dope, she knows it's from the heart.
Yeah. Like, let me get a closer look at this painting. Let's talk about your light source.
Real talk, yo.
What's this composition here?
Now, I'm spending fucking $3,000 on paints, and you bringing this bullshit to me? You know what I mean? You go, nah, B. Show that to your mom if you want encouragement. And once you've gotten like 10 or 12 approvals from her, pick the best of that shit, and let's talk.
Yeah, and if you do this again, you're going back to Crayola.
Real talk, be nah, man. I think that's important. You got to find the thing that you're willing to be that for, and you're willing to deal with that. It teaches you a lot about you, and it prepares you for life.
Yeah.
So that's the shit I'm cool with. I want something that'll like it's gonna test your ability to deal with failure.
Yeah. That's like that's what the military does. You know what I mean? Like you go to the military, they break you down and then you build yourself back up. And, I've never had any interest in that, but I think I've experienced that with comedy, like just being totally rejected and like fell on my face and bombed. I mean, still like now
still
it's
happens.
like, yeah, you bomb and you're like, holy shit, I got to pull it together,
Yeah.
Wow, that's we're getting to the heart of a lot of stuff here about parenting.
That's what we do, baby.
Raising tough kids. I love it.
Hell yeah. Ironically, when neither of our kids are here, but yeah, that's what we doing, baby.
Yeah. Well, that's what's fun about a podcast is fun because you could literally just talk a big game. It's just about talking.
Neither one of us near our kids right now. You will never see us parent actively.
Yeah.
We're not going to show you that part of it. But we're great at telling you what you should do.
I do wonder if I'm dropping her name too much. Should I be like not like she's on my social media? I don't make my whole social media about her or anything, but like I do wonder if in 2024 it's wise to like not put your kid out there so much, I
thought about that a lot. I no longer care because I don't think it's possible to fully block someone anymore.
Yeah.
I'd go as far as like I think our kids, a lot of their success is going to be based on their ability to brand.
Yeah. She's like at 7th grade orientation. They're like, "What's your brand?
What's your brand, yo? Real talk.
Who do you think your market is, and how are you going to reach them?"
But in an effort for that though, like around like 3 years ago, I stopped posting them.
Yeah.
Just so that they have like junior high and high school. I want them to be able to like make their own identity.
Yeah. Like,
I don't hide their name per se, but I don't like post their pictures anymore.
Yeah.
You can still find them, but like I'm not like actively sharing their face. They should have like the ability to be dope and cool on their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it's crazy. Like we'll watch some YouTube sometimes. Like if I got to negotiate with her, you were talking about leveraging earlier. Like I'm doing a lot of negotiating in order to leverage something. Like she'll say, "I want to watch this show or this video or whatever," and I'll say, "If you can watch it if we're getting dressed while we're watching it." That's how. So, all right, you'll put on your clothes while we watch this thing. And lately, this Russian family keeps coming up where it's these two, like, maybe 7 or 8 year old kids in different costumes doing different sketches and the scenes. Like, they're shooting these, like, mini films. I mean, they're not good. They're really bad, and they don't look great. Lighting's horrible. But she finds it entertaining for some reason.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, these poor kids are putting in, like, 8-hour days on set with their family, and I'm like, that should be illegal.
Real talk,
and
B.
like there are creeps who are probably watching this stuff for the worst reasons.
No SAG-AFTRA. No union benefits.
No,
just being exhausted over there. Gary Coleman, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just getting craft services, and that's it. That's their pay.
That's something I thought of a lot too, because like even with like what we do, there's so much need and demand for content, and so much of what I talk about on stage is family shit.
Right.
So like I innately, when I think of sketches, it tends to be family shit. And like I'll get like a day where like I'm inspired. I'm like, yo, like on Sunday we shooting a bunch of sketches. But I'm like, that's not fit. My son don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
Like he has a day where he enjoys what I do, but he doesn't want to necessarily take part in that. Definitely not regularly.
Right.
I do think my daughter would enjoy that. But I also don't want to make a choice for her to do that now, and then like 4 years later when she's an adult, she's like, "Oh, I wish I didn't do that."
Yeah.
You know. So I fight the urge because I'd love to like do stuff with my fam, but I know that it's not fair to them, and it would admittedly only benefit me right now.
Yeah.
So I clip that, but I don't know how the people do that. They could justify it in their own way. Maybe they. They say we pay them a salary, or like if we live better, they live better. Well,
that's what I'm curious about. Is like how much are some of these people actually making on a YouTube channel? Like, can you make like a ton of money? Like, because I guess if we were making like $600,000 a year by like exploiting her, I think I would do it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But although probably not, honestly. Like I'm trying to be funny about it, but like
my number's lower. Right? Like 600. What? Hell yeah.
But the idea of like hours and hours together every day, like trying to work together. Like I love spending hours and hours with her, but like trying to work and direct her and shoot and like get the audio right and like that all sounds like a pain in the ass with like a grown adult, let alone like your own kid who like those kids are all gonna hate their parents so much.
That's real.
Anyway, speaking about parents and emotions, we keep talking about doing this segment on the show. We're of a generation where we grew up with dads who bottled up emotions. It was always a mystery about how they were feeling. If they were mad about something, you didn't know what it was. So we're trying to do this segment where we discuss what dad's mad about. So,
I like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to What's Dad Mad About?
What's Dad mad about?
Okay, so Gastor, was there anything that came up for you this week that made you mad? If you don't have an answer, I don't want to put you on the spot.
No. I'll tell you exactly what I'm mad about. I'm mad about the school emergency contact.
Oh.
Okay. We have 2 kids, 2 separate schools.
Uh-huh.
We have 2 parents, me and my wife.
Yeah.
I am not the point of contact at either one of these places.
And you're mad about that?
I'm mad about that because I am the most available of
That's
all the
true.
parents. I am literally home the whole day. And everything I hear about the school is when my wife and my kid decide to tell me about it after it's already been resolved.
Yeah.
Like they'll text my wife, they'll email my wife, they'll send a letter home with my kid. And then when they're like, oh, by the way, this is happening this week, I'm like so late in the process.
Yeah.
So like the reason this came up is because my daughter got sick.
Yeah.
She was in school. She got sick. And they texted my wife. They called my wife, and my wife couldn't pick up. They called her like 2 times. She picked up on the 3rd one.
Mm-hmm.
And then she calls me to go pick up my daughter. I'm like, yo, why didn't they call me? They got my number. I know they got my number because I did all the signups. And I mean, I'm the one that did the school applications with them. And like, I'm literally home. You know what I mean? Granted, might be sleeping, but I'm there. I'm available.
Yeah.
I don't get the call. And
yeah, they don't have the technology for a group text?
Yo, they don't. And like, they're like, I feel like every form is set up for mom, dad.
Yeah.
So like, dad is always second on the list.
Yeah, yeah.
And in turn, I'm like, yo, like, I look like I'm slacking.
Right.
When I was fully available, fully willing to help.
You never had the option to opt in.
Yo, yeah. Like, yo, I'm here. You know what I mean? Put me in, coach.
Yeah.
I'm ready. You know what I mean? And like, then in turn, like, it starts building in this idea that I'm the backup parent to my own kid. Like, they start going to Gabby for everything. You know what I mean? Like, and when we're in the house, they're like, yo, what are we eating? And they look at Gabby. I'm like, yo, I supply just as many of the meals. You know what I mean? Where are we going? They look at Gabby. I'm like, I literally drive. Gabby doesn't drive. I do. Wherever we go.
Does she not drive?
No. Never driven in her life.
Oh
Wherever we go is fully determined on me.
Wow.
And my willingness to take us there.
Yeah.
Gabby might want to go, but I actually go. Like, we go where I decided to go that day.
I mean, I think that should be part of being an emergency contact. You gotta have a driver's license.
Yeah. Dude, I get so heated every time it comes up. You know what I mean? So like this week, Michaela, my daughter, has the week off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they sent the group text. My daughter got it. My wife got it. Then they sent the letter to my daughter. She sent me a picture of it. She said, hey, just so you know, next week it's Regents Week. I don't go in on these days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is all great information that I should be getting directly. You know what I mean? Why am I not part of the parent team?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm involved. So, yeah, I get heated because, like, I want to be a part of the process. I feel like I'm just as qualified. I understand I don't make I understand Gabby might make more traditional decisions. I get it.
Yeah.
But I am a caring parent. Let me make mistakes, but I can't get better if I'm not in the game.
Yeah. You need to be thrown in the fire. You gotta see how you respond in a crisis.
Real talk, man.
You can provide some maternal energy if you had to.
And sometimes you might need paternal energy.
Yeah.
You know, just put it in the game. Let me try. You know, you don't know how good I could be. Okay.
Yeah.
Real talk, B. This is I'm Lou Gehrig on the bench waiting.
Yeah, I mean, should we go to your children's school and just give them this speech in person?
Let's not get crazy, okay? Admittedly, this is the exact level I want to be at. I want to be underused, but be available.
Yeah, yeah.
And complaining about it, so that I'm getting the credit
Yes.
for the work I'm not doing. This is exactly right.
Like a utility player.
Yeah.
You go in, when the game is, the starting lineup needs a rest. You go
Amen.
in, you get some rebounds.
Listen, Mariano Rivera had the greatest job ever. Okay, that dude got paid millions to come in and play 1/9 of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Was he Dominican?
No. He's I believe Panamanian.
Oh, right.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like and also on top of that, he only played when they won. Like he played 1/9 of 2/3 of the games.
Yeah. Just close it down. Just let's all go home.
What a hustle.
Yeah. I like the idea of your kids in some kind of emergency. Let's say there's a bomb threat at school and they're just like looking at each other like, well, mom's not picking up. We could call dad, but what are our other options?
Yeah, I've thought about this a lot. Like I think my son would call me like fourth.
Yeah.
I think he calls mom and then both grandmas.
Yeah,
and then I'm the next guy.
Yeah.
My daughter.
It was weird. Oh, sorry. You finished.
No.
I was going to say, it was weird when we were kids. There was 1 or 2 times my dad was involved with an emergency contact, whatever. Like, there was one day after school where somebody forgot to pick us up. We had to get to our babysitter's house, and somehow we didn't get picked up. So my brother and I are just, like, stranded outside the school. Somehow somebody contacts my dad. He comes and picks us up. We're like, why is our dad here? Like it's the daytime. We never see this guy in the daytime. He picks us up and then he takes us to mini golf. And I remember thinking, this is just weird. Why am I playing mini golf with my dad? Like it was so far from the routine, you know?
That's what he does, yo.
And I think he did end up bringing us to the babysitter. Like,
that's awesome.
Like he's like, I can get an hour or 2 out of you guys, but you're going to the babysitter. I mean, there's so many weird memories. Another time, my Aunt Nat's boyfriend Rusty picked us up in his like IROC Z sports car, just like smoking cigarettes. Just some dude, like
hell yeah,
some dude. There was like, yeah, go pick up those kids at the elementary school, bring them to Aunt Nat's house. Like that kind of stuff is.
I love that, yo. I know.
I mean, this is the 80s. There were probably no forms for like who to call. It was probably just like
if you knew the name, like, cause like I've talked about this on stage. Like I don't, I know it happens. Like I understand it as a concept, but like, kidnapping isn't nearly as like prevalent as people make it out to be. Like nobody wants to like steal responsibilities.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So like when you come up to a place to pick up the kid, you know the kid's name.
Yeah,
that's already like too much info. Like, word, you proactively want to take this problem away from us? Yeah, go for it.
Right.
We'll see you tomorrow. You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember every time my dad picked me up from school. It always felt like it was his first time seeing the building.
Yes.
Like he was like, what is this place? I've heard you go to a place.
And there's like, you know the secretary at the front who's like always the nice, loving lady? Like they've learned how to like whisper dads and granddads through. They're like, come this way, sir. Everything's going to be all right. We'll show you where to go.
There's like a distress. Like he's looking around. Like he's not even aware that like this is how school works anymore.
Yeah.
Like he's so confused. Like what is this? Why are there like you guys put their artwork on the wall? Why?
Lost dads have a look.
Yeah, yo. So like I definitely remember like anytime my dad came, and it was also like back then like the idea of interrupting dad at work is so wild. So like he was trying to go back to work, so like he's in work mode, so like him showing up is like, this is a fucking task I gotta do, and I still gotta get my work done. So he would come with like that energy, not like playful Saturday dad. This was like the dad I don't see because he's getting shit done.
The clock's ticking.
So that energy is different.
Time is money, dad.
But I will say, one of my favorite memories as a kid is my dad picking me up one day. I got in trouble in daycare. This kid, Oscar, came up to me in 2nd grade and he said, yo, your mom's pretty. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I'm gonna kiss your mom. And I hit him in the head, yo. I fucked that kid up, yo. Bodied him, you know. And then I got in trouble. They took me out the class. And this was he started talking about it in school. We got picked up to the daycare center. He's saying it at the daycare center, so I hit this dude, rocked him at daycare.
Yeah, you can't.
Yo, you can't be talking about my mom like that, you know. And I get it, like my mom
Not in
was
such
like,
explicit terms.
Yo.
You're gonna kiss my mother?
yo, nobody was talking like that in second
Gonna
grade, my
kiss
G.
my mother?
You out your mind, B. Getting out of pocket, yo. You could have just left it as she was pretty. That was awkward, but I'm gonna let it slide because it's true. My mom was beautiful.
I'm gonna see
Still
if your mom.
beautiful.
I'm gonna see if your mom's into heavy petting.
Yo, real talk. Watch yourself, P. So like, yo, he says it, and then like, yo, and like, it wasn't even. There was almost the privacy of it, because normally like little kids is when you say shit loud. Nah, he was whispering it to me.
Oh yeah,
He's
that's.
like, I'm gonna kiss your mom.
Yeah, he's
So
getting in your head.
Yo, I punched that kid. Yo, hard body, rocked him. Oscar out cold.
Yeah,
Right. So they take
Oscar didn't even have Oscar health insurance,
Yo.
so he was done.
So they take me out. I had to spend the rest of daycare in the I guess it's not a principal, but whatever the principal equivalent.
Headmaster of
Yeah,
daycare.
at the daycare center. And my dad shows up to pick me up. And of course, like, my dad never picked me up. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know why. Like, they called him only because of this.
They're like, this involves violence.
Yeah,
Let's bring in the
bring
man.
in dad. So dad
Yeah.
shows up. He's pissed off because they clipped him out of work. And
Yeah.
he shows up and they tell him the whole situation. They're like, yo, your son hit this kid. And they're like, he said something rude about his mother. And my dad looks at me. He's like, what'd he say? He said mom was pretty. He wanted to kiss mom. And he looked at the lady. He said, I'll take you from here. He took me outside. He's like, I love that shit. You can do that anytime you want. And like, I was like, for real? He's like, for real? He's like, you know what? He's like, you could say shit today. And that was the first time I was allowed to curse with my dad. Like, everything. Like,
That's amazing.
Yo, he was like, yeah. He's like, I don't care. Now, anybody disrespect your mom, you fuck that kid up. And he was so proud of me. It was like the first time he cursed at me with love.
Yeah.
You know, and we bonded over it. He was like, hell yeah. Like,
that was a rite of passage.
straight up. He bought me a little Malta. It was like, he was like, you can't have a beer. But like, he bought me a Malta because it looks like a beer.
Yeah. What are those?
It's a malt beverage that's like something like a sweet soda kind of thing.
Yeah.
Tastes delicious, but it's definitely an acquired taste. Not for everybody. Yeah, it's like a
It's in a
version
brown
of a
bottle,
soda.
right?
Yeah,
With like
it's
a
dope.
yellow label or something.
Yeah, Malta India, I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
It rocks. It's like it's real big in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, but most of the Caribbean has like their own versions of it.
But that story's hilarious. That is like a coming of age, rite of passage. You defended the honor of the matriarch of
Straight
the
up.
family.
Oh, and the crazy part, he insisted that I not tell mom. That
Oh,
was
that's
also
great.
the cool part. Like, it was like,
This is for us.
This is us. And he's like, I won't tell her, you won't tell her, and they won't tell her. Don't worry about it.
And you can keep saying shit. Were you just saying, yo, did you take a sip of the malt and you're like, this is good shit?
Nah. My dad's still scary. Like, even now, like I didn't. I said it once there.
Yeah.
And like, I was good. That was like enough for me to live on the edge like that. But nah, I didn't curse in front of my dad until I was like 18 again.
Yeah. Wow, what a beautiful story.
Real talk, man.
Do you think your young man will ever have a day of that level of toughness?
I hope so. I don't know. He's a good dude. Actually, no, he's had a couple of things. Like, I've heard some stuff that he's done that like has warmed my heart. Like, I don't know the other kids, but I know that he was in lunch period, and one of the kids in his class said that another girl was a hoe.
Oh yeah.
And he went up to the kid and said, yo, we don't talk about girls like that.
That's amazing.
Straight up.
That's amazing. I could learn something from him.
Dude, that shit like blew my mind that he did that shit, yo. That's fire.
So maybe this plays into my what's dad mad about. I'm also nervous about oversharing about this situation. Anyway, I'll keep it very vague. I'm not mad about this. Maybe I'm mad about this. I'll say, yeah, this makes me uncomfortable.
Okay.
I was in a green room and somebody was showing everyone the nudes that a woman sent them, that the woman definitely didn't consent to like him showing everyone there.
Okay.
And I there was a tiny part of me that's like, I should say something, but it's also like it was very much a locker room environment. Like it was all, I think it was all men in there.
Okay.
And yeah, that, I mean, your son kind of saying that in that moment is great that he did that.
Yeah. And I
but-
didn't even find out from him. I found out from one of the teachers. She said that like not a teacher's aide. She pulled me aside after. She said, "Yo, like I was really impressed with your kid."
Yeah.
But yeah, yo.
But I don't know. It's tough in comedy and green rooms. It's
Why?
like you don't want to. I mean, it's like you want to get along to go along. I mean, but what is the thing? Like it. Is it my responsibility? I suppose it is. I mean, and it actually didn't occur to me on the level of like I'm the father of a daughter,
Right.
but it was more on the level of like that's not right. Like you don't. I don't know.
I think I understand the awkwardness of it, and I understand not wanting to be like kind of kicked out or whatever. But I don't think it necessarily needs to be like a speech. Like
Yeah.
in the honor of this woman, I chastise you guys.
Yeah.
That's just weird as hell.
I know where you might be going with this,
Yeah.
which is a tool that I don't use enough, which is humor.
Yeah,
like
that's
there's
what
a
I'm
way
saying.
to
Like, yo,
roast his ass.
exactly. Make a joke about the
Yeah.
shit and make them start thinking of like, yo, this is kind of stupid or like messed up that we're doing it. Like, you know what I mean? And there's ways of doing that even with their own psyche. Like do a thing that challenges them as men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, damn, be like, it's where y'all at? How old are you dudes? And this is the only way y'all see women is by sharing the intimate pics that like a lady shared with you in private.
Or this is the only way that you feel like value for yourself.
Yeah,
it's
like there's ways of like doing it that like make them start thinking, yeah, this is just beneath what I expect of myself as a man.
Yeah.
This is messed up what I'm doing to this young lady.
Yeah.
There's ways of doing that in the moment that make them do the work.
Yeah, and also I mean it did have that energy of like it's like that's what kids do at the playground. They got a new
just say that.
You got a new toy, you want to brag to everybody about your new Spider-Man or whatever. Like yeah, that's not cool.
I 100% do that shit all the time with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Cuz to your point, I do get it like on some like it's weird to like, be fucking like a knight in shining armor type shit.
Yeah.
I get that's awkward and but I do think you have not only the right but like I think
there's a responsibility.
Yeah, it's a responsibility to kind of check that shit like just cuz it becomes like weirdly like you co-signing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
and also a defect I have is that when I'm around certain people, I often will lower myself to their level to like entertain them or get a laugh or whatever. Like I've been at bachelor parties where I've said like and sober at bachelor parties and I've said like some horrendous jokes and shit.
All right.
And just to get people laughing and I'm like, I can't believe that just came out of my mouth, but I just so there was a moment the other night where I want to be like, well, I've got some spicy pictures I could show you.
Right.
But in my head, I didn't even actually offer it up. But there was a moment of like where I had an urge to like, I want to be a part of it. But then I'm like, no, I don't do that. Like if somebody sends me something privately, that's for me. And they very clearly say like, this is for you and you only. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, So that's a.
And even
so
even if I'm being pro bro, I'm being pro bro. When you do that and that story gets out, you are ruining the titty pic sharing ecosystem for future bros.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've got an economy here.
Yeah, yo. That young lady shared that picture with you as part of the ecosystem, but it was a one-of-one trade.
It's an honor system.
Exactly. She's trusting that you following the code.
Yes.
When you break that code and word gets out, future titties don't get shared because of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We have to protect the
we
future
gotta
titties
protect
of
the
America.
future potential titties. You know what I mean? Dick pics and titty pics, they follow a code.
You're onto something with bro code because you hear bro code where it's like, oh, we're all loyal to each other and we keep our secrets amongst men. But there's like a flip side to that. The honorable bro code of like, no, we have to like preserve this delicate balance between us and them, and by respecting them and honoring them, it actually keeps the bros in a good place.
Listen, You got to think of future bros. And in turn, if you a bro that didn't get the titty pic, those were not your titties.
Yeah.
There's plenty of free range titties. You can watch those.
And they're gonna come your way eventually.
And and then when you get a titty pic, you will have earned that titty pic, and it'll mean more.
Yes.
You know, it'll be your titty pics. You know, one of one. You
yes.
know?
Yeah.
Or two of two. Two of one.
I mean,
well, you get it.
This is really good stuff. I don't know how you're not an emergency contact for your children at school.
This is the kind of knowledge I can impart, you know, at a moment's notice.
I was gonna bitch about I guess I'll just say it just to get it off my chest. It's my first What's Dad Mad About 2 episodes ago or whatever was about sound equipment. This is the same situation. How many comedy clubs or comedy operations do I got to go to where they'll do a sound check, they'll do they'll do like a half-ass sound check, and then during the show like something's not working. Like one, you know, like a mic cable isn't working the whole time. It's like you've got a sold out show here. Everything should be working. And,
you know,
that came up again for me the other night, and I'm just like, am I crazy that this is important to me? Is this not important to you people? Also,
you are not alone. This should matter. It blows my mind how often a microphone doesn't work at a club when the whole business is dependent on one microphone.
Yeah.
Like, that is all you need to do, really, is everything else does not matter until the audio matters. Like, if you don't have the audio, you don't have a show.
Yeah.
That is priority one. Everything else after that will look bad if that isn't resolved. I don't chance it anymore. I constantly keep a mic, a cable, and a mic stand in my car.
Yeah.
I don't play with it anymore. Like, if something goes wrong, just say, yo, just go get it. I don't keep an amp anymore. I was like, at this point, thankfully, I'm at places that like I could plug in, but everything else, I still don't trust them.
Yeah.
I show up and I'm like, yep, the audio ain't working. What's wrong with it? The mic, the cable? Yeah, go get it from my car.
I love it.
Yo,
you got to start charging a rental fee.
Yo, that'll be next level. I'm with it. It's just because like, and it's honestly not even because of the clubs, but because of the fans.
Yeah.
Because when that show goes bad, they gonna remember it as a Patrick show.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want like, yo, I was at that gas show, the mic didn't work.
Right.
They don't remember the club anymore. Now it's you.
Yeah.
Nah, B, my shit work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's stand up is so delicate. It's so easy to traumatize somebody to their like early experiences with a show or a bad show or a good show. It's like, yeah, it's gotta work.
Won't be me. I got my mic, I got my cable, got my mic stand. This shit don't work. I'm bringing it out the car. It's ready.
I like it. That's a great solution. And I thought this was a great episode. This was so fun. I think we hit on a lot of great topics. And if we didn't get to any of those, we'll get to some more of them next week.
Oh, yeah. That's what they're there for.
Yeah. Thanks for the wisdom. And hopefully Franny won't. Actually, you didn't help me with the Franny sleeping in the bed situation. But
you had a coach. You had a whole coach.
I know.
You know what I mean? You had extra coaches. You had a coach for your dog, my G.
I know. Well, we got to get a toddler psychic now. Somebody who can get in her head and convince her to sleep in her own bed. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Great to see you, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it.